All right, moving to other global news, Japan is voting today in one of the most hotly contested parliamentary elections in its history. Voting is currently underway. This election marks the biggest ever challenge to the ruling LDP, led by new Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba. The polling began at 7 a.m. local time and is set to carry on till 8 p.m. local time in the evening. According to reports, preliminary results are set to come out late at night. The elections come at a time when the ruling party has been slammed with allegations of several high-profile scandals. In addition, voters have also been disgruntled with ruling party over rising prices, inflation, as well as ties with China. Pre-election opinion polls have predicted that the incumbent Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba and his LDP could be ousted from office for the first time since coming to power in 2012. There are even indications that the LDP might not even secure a majority in the parliament's lower house. Ahead of the parliamentary polls, both the ruling party and the opposition Constitutional Democratic Party, the CDP, held rallies in a bid to secure voters' confidence on Saturday. All right, for more on this, our correspondent Chris Gilbert is joining us from Tokyo. Thank you so much, Chris, for joining us. We joined you in the morning and you told us about the voter turnout. Tell us more about the voter turnout right now.
Well, as of a couple of hours ago, it was at about 20%. There are about 3 hours and 15 minutes left in the polling today before polls like this one here in downtown Tokyo close for the night and the votes begin to be counted. 20% is not a high turnout. It is about 2 points lower than the same time of Election Day 2021. Japan usually has a turnout of about 50 to 55%, but as you can see, it started raining, and that's usually not great for voter turnout in elections either. And experts I've been talking to say that low turnout often favors the party that is looking to return to power. So this may be good news for the LDP. And the polls have been showing that they are in store to be, lose some seats in this election. Whether they lose power or not is yet to be seen. But Japan also has a history of inconsistent polling to election outcome results. So, people's opinion and how disgruntled they may express, that they are against the government ahead of the election doesn't always necessarily translate into how they vote. And political scientists do say that, despite low approval ratings, despite scandals, despite the economy, the LDP has been in power for 65 of the last 69 years since World War II, and that's for a reason, which is it is the culture of Japan. And so it's yet to be seen what the result is like tonight, but there are several scandals at play, several issues at play, which could potentially help the CDP, the opposition, but questions remain about whether they could help them into government.
Right, as you mentioned that LDP, how much is at stake for the LDP party? We know that you mentioned about the scandals that's going on and of course inflation that is in the minds of the voters. How much is at stake for LDP?
Well, they have set their sights on a simple majority to simply get back into government. Now, with their junior coalition partner, Komeito, the Komeito party, they have almost 300 of the 465 seats in parliament under the last parliament that was just dissolved. And so they're looking to simply get 233. So they are expecting to lose seats, but their goal is to just be in government. Now, whether that's a single party government of just the LDP or a coalition government of the LDP and Komeito. Now, what they could do is give Komeito a little bit more leverage to get some of their policies on the table, which they might not have had under the last parliament when the LDP was a single party majority ruling government. But, there is a possibly worse outcome than that, which is that no party really has a clear majority, that Komeito and LDP may have to look for a third party to form a government, or even worse, be a lame duck minority government. And of course, the ultimate outcome and upset would be a CDP government. Now, considering that they had 98 out of the 465 seats in the last parliament, that would be an enormous turnaround. But the opposition has seen this before in 2009, when they absolutely thrashed the LDP. However, since it's so rare that the LDP is not in power, there are genuine questions amongst the public about whether the opposition even knows how to govern, about if they can get along with the bureaucrats, if policies can actually be pursued and implemented. And that is largely what is most often weighing on people's minds when they enter the ballot box, according to many political scientists. But the results are coming out in a few hours. A lot is at stake for the LDP, and we're going to find out the outcome probably quite a bit later tonight.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for bringing the latest for us. Of course, we'll be back to you for more details as we go and move towards the results.